Carlos was a brother and son. Carlos was born in Vina del Mar, Chile in 1955. He grew up there with his sister Patricia, his mother Ruby, and his father Sadia Aranguiz. He told his family and friends many stories of what his life was like back in Villa del Mar, Chile. He loved it there. Carlos also told stories of what his grandparents were like when he was growing up. Carlos was close to his family, and he also had several cousins in Chile as well. He could talk about what his childhood and teenage years were like for hours. Carlos made many unforgettable memories there. An amazing father. Carlos had a baby in February of 1992 named Simona Aranguiz. He made sure she was kept fed and had a roof over her head. After school, he'd pick Simona up in his taxi because he was a taxi driver when his daughter was in her childhood years. They had a very close relationship with each other. Simona and Carlos shared many laughs, smiles, and tears. Carlos gave his daughter as much as possible. He truly loved Simona. Carlos and Simona spent the last of their years together continuously caring for each other, loving each other, and being there for one another. Carlos was not an absent father, and made sure he was there for his daughter. He stayed by her side, always giving her what she needed. "I love you, Mama." "Mona, dinner is ready." "Who needs attention?" Carlos would say. Carlos sticks by his daughter's side even if he isn't here physically because Simona carries him in her heart constantly. An incredible grandpa. Carlos was a grandpa to his granddaughter, Shana Aranguiz. Shana was given her mother's last name, and Carlos was always proud to call her an Aranguiz. Carlos was the first person to hold his granddaughter. He watched as she first opened her eyes. He told her stories, introduced her to a lot of TV, and overall, he gave her a home. He was the father that Shana never got to have. He made sure Simona and Shana were together. He would drop Shana off to school, whether it was by taking the bus, walking, or by car. He expressed how much he loved Shana. He gave her so many kisses and hugs. Carlos taught her how to wink, how to deal with the bullies at school, and he even taught her the middle finger. Carlos was wise, and he shared that with Shana. Carlos showed up for Shana's award ceremonies in elementary school and always motivated her to get good grades. He was genuinely proud of his granddaughter and his daughter. Carlos was always joking with Shana. He made Shana's life very fulfilling. He always told her not to worry and everything would be okay. Carlos never broke a promise. An incredible chef and taste tester. One way Carlos showed love was through food. He cooked several meals like chicken soup, pork chops, tacos, burritos, fish, and his favorite, white rice. He was constantly buying groceries that he used the same day just to cook everyone dinner. He brought plates of food to his neighbors, friends, and even outsiders that were still getting to know him. Carlos's food was always made with love and compassion, as he would say. He never let anyone go hungry. Carlos made sure you ate and even tried feeding you despite you having already eaten. "You hungry? Chana, go knock on Sam's door, see if he's there and tell him dinner is ready," Carlos would say in his Chilean accent. Whenever Carlos would go out to eat with friends and family, he would pay the entire tab. That was simply who Carlos was, a caring and loving man. A great friend. Carlos had great friendships. He made friends constantly and was overall a friendly being. He created friendships regardless of people's background or looks. He never judged these people, but instead saw the good in them. Carlos fed his friends, put a roof over their heads, and helped them as much as he could. He always cared for them as if they were family, and that's exactly what he would call them. His friends weren't just friends, but instead they were human beings that he held in his heart. He thought about them, he made memories with them, and Carlos saw the good in them. No matter the situation, he held the door open for people because he believed in them. Carlos made friends not only in Los Angeles, but everywhere he went. Carlos was truly a great friend.